Welcome, Ramley. How are my Rams super fans doing today? The Rams got back in the win column, beating the Jaguars 37-7. Let's talk about it. I know the score indicates that we dominated this game, but to me, it was really a tale of two halves. The first half, we looked pretty bad. We looked like we were a little bit better than the Jacksonville Jaguars, but not by a whole lot, and that was troublesome to see. Second half came in, and we were off to the races. We looked like the team we were supposed to look like on both phases of the ball. But once again, guys, we got off to a slow start. During that first half, we only scored one touchdown on 6 possessions. It just seemed like we couldn't finish the drive. We have a problem. Our offense not being able to convert third downs is a big issue. I think at one point we were 0-6 on third down. We finished the game 5 for 12, so it looks like we definitely got that going in that second half. Ironically, all 3 possessions that the Rams starters were in, we scored 3 touchdowns in a row. That is what happens when you convert third downs, and for some reason this team struggles to do so. Drop passes do not help. It seems like this team will not stop dropping passes. I'm not even sure how many we dropped. I think Ben Skoranek dropped a pass early on in the game. I know Van Jefferson dropped a big one, and I want to say maybe even Tyler Higbee dropped 1 or 2. The Rams team that I know and love have not been a team that dropped many passes over the last few years. I don't know why all of a sudden this happens. Even when Robert Woods was in the lineup, this was happening, so we can't just blame his absence. Guys, we won this game by 30 points, but I don't think we should get too excited. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a rookie quarterback. This is a rookie head coach who's never coached in the NFL before. From the opening drive to the end of the game, it should have been all gas, no brakes. We should have separated ourselves after that first drive and never looked back. It took us an entire half to really get going. Luckily, when we did get going, we got going. Our offense seemed like they were clicking on all cylinders. Matthew Stafford looked great. You had Odell Beckham making plays in the end zone. Cooper Kupp finally got the ball. I don't know why it took us so long to get Cooper Kupp involved. And obviously, once he does get involved, he goes for over 100 yards, a touchdown, and he looks like the same Cooper Kupp that we've been seeing all year. We can't wait to the end of the second quarter to get Cooper Kupp involved. And speaking of this offense, the Rams finally got a 100-yard rusher, and it's not Darrell Henderson. Shocker. But it's Sony Michel. And I know before you guys bombard me with comments saying, well, you know, Darrell Henderson is averaging 4.6 yards per carry. It's not his fault that Sean McVay doesn't give him enough carries. Sony Michel was given 24 carries. He finished with 121 yards, 5 yards per carry, and a touchdown. And he even broke out a big 25-yarder at the end of the game. Sony Michel looked amazing. I'm surprised he only finished with 121 yards. It seemed like every time he touched the ball, he was breaking, just gashing the Jaguars defense time after time after time again. It was really good to see. Like I mentioned earlier, if you look at the stats, Darrell Henderson is having a pretty good year. He's averaging 4.6 yards per carry. But I don't know what it is. I just don't like Darrell Henderson. Statistically, he looks good, but he just doesn't pass the eye test to me. I feel like it's too often I see open holes along that offensive line that Darrell Henderson just doesn't hit. I just don't know. He just doesn't pass the eye test to me. Where in this game, Sony Michel just looked better. He just looked better. It seemed like every time Sony Michel had the ball, he was gashing this defense for 5+ yards. It seemed like every time Sony Michel decided to cut the ball in and hit the hole, he did it at the right time and hit the right hole to get the proper amount of yards. And it just seems like Darrell Henderson doesn't do that to me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I personally think Sony Michel should start getting more work, whether Darrell Henderson is healthy or not. You also got 2 touchdown passes for Odell Beckham in his last 2 games for the Rams. That was really good to see, even though he didn't really play a lot, still nursing that injury. It was really good to see him jump up and make a play on the ball. That jump ball in the end zone was great to see. We definitely need that. I know some people were giving Odell Beckham flack for that deep pass that Matthew Stafford gave to him, and he kind of shied off of it because that safety was coming over. I would like to see him go up there and grab it too, but coming off of an injury with a hurt back, seeing that safety was gonna get ready to put a pounding on him. I guess I really can't blame him too much for that. Hopefully he gets better in these up and coming weeks. Those are plays he'll make. As everybody knows, my biggest thing with this team is playing mistake-free football. Now, the Rams had no turnovers this game, which was good. They also caused 2 turnovers on defense, which was amazing. Aaron Donald had a really good game. I know he only finished with 1 sack. He probably should have had a couple more, but he was just wrecking this game from the opening drive. So it was really good to see the Rams not turn the ball over, but also force 2 turnovers on defense. But they also had 7 penalties in this game. They also had 1 sack on Matthew Stafford. We also had quite a few dropped passes. If this team is gonna go far in the playoffs, they have to get back to playing mistake-free football. Those first 8 games when the Rams were 7-1, we did that. Matthew Stafford was barely getting touched in the pocket. We weren't turning the ball over much. We were causing turnovers, and we were the least penalized team in the NFL. We have to get back to that clean football. Even though we won this game by 30 points, we were far from clean. Luckily, we didn't turn the ball over on offense, so that is a positive. There was no pick sixes by Matthew Stafford, no interceptions at all. But we have to stop being penalized. We have to take that number down. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out Brandon Powell for that great kick return to start the game. That was the best kick returner all year. Maybe he could get more work. I did notice right after that he was our punt returner, and he failed to call the fair catch. He let the ball bounce, which he shouldn't have. And the Jaguars were able to down the ball on the 1 yard line, and we didn't see him return punts after that. Obviously, that's still something he's learning, still something we got to deal with. I think that first kick return of this year, being the best kick returner this year, I definitely want to see him out there more. Maybe we have somebody. I don't know, but it's damn sure worth the shot because we ain't got nobody better. He can't be worse than anybody else we have. Also, I just want to shout out Matt Gay. He did have that one kickoff that went out of bounds, but he did hit all his field goals. He hasn't missed a field goal in quite a while, and I love the fact that we're at a point now where we really don't have to worry about kicking field goals and PATs. Matt Gay has been pretty much a sure thing. Now let's give out that Ram Superfan game ball. Today I'm gonna actually give this game ball to the GOAT, our defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, who just completely wrecked the game from the beginning. He finished with 5 total tackles, 1 sack, and 2 quarterback hits. He should have had a couple more sacks. I know he should have had another sack where he grabbed Lawrence and threw him to the ground like a child, but it was, called back due to a penalty in the secondary. But even when you take the statistics away, he just looked amazing. He looked great. Just constantly in the backfield. When he wasn't in the backfield, he was eating up 2-3 defenders at a time. He also set the tone early with that amazing forced fumble. I believe it was the first drive of the game for the Jaguars, where he completely just ripped the ball out of James Robinson's hand. I don't even think we've seen James Robinson again for the rest of the game. If we did, it was quite a while after that. Aaron Donald looked amazing in this game. You guys have to stop looking at just the stats and look at everything else in its totality when it comes to Aaron Donald. I might actually go back and watch a few games and break down some film on Aaron Donald's season so far. Just kind of show everybody just how dominant he has been without stuffing the stat sheet. Speaking of film study, guys, if you haven't seen my last video where I broke down Matthew Stafford's game against the Green Bay Packers last week, check that out. I thought that video came out really good. Check that out if you haven't done that already. Also, be on the lookout for the Rams versus Arizona Cardinals preview video. If we win that game, those last 3 losses are an afterthought, and we are right back as a top team in the NFL. Now, that's a pretty big if. Stay tuned to see what I really think about the Cardinals and the Rams. Also, guys, I have a link in the description of this video. Please check it out. It's the Los Angeles Rams Amazon store, and with the holidays coming around, be sure to pick up gear for your friends and family, and don't forget to treat yourself. But if you are planning on getting some gear soon, make sure you check out that Amazon store. You will not regret it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, hit subscribe, click that bell notification button also so you never miss an upload. And if you're interested in more Rams content, click this video right here.